Bruce Lee is always the guy you look up to as a kid growing up, and he's always the first and last person you remember when it comes to martial arts and fighting and thinking about that stuff. It's always the first name comes in is Bruce Lee, and the last Bruce Lee again.
Bruce Lee reminds me of my childhood. I used to love watching all his movies. I remember there was a collection called Bruce Lee Fights. It was just all the fight scenes from his notorious movies. It used to get me pumped up just to think that that kind of life exists.
Trying to think about Bruce Lee is like, you know, in so much different ways. I mean, a person like me, a fighter and stuff, you know, and I just get amazed every time I just think back to how legendary he became and how legendary he made himself. I mean, you don't just become legendary, you end up doing it yourself.
In certain ways in my life, Bruce Lee would mean the beginning. My first real beginning introduction to martial arts, and probably the beginning of my enthusiasm for hand-to-hand combat.
He's like half enigma and half, you know, the other half, and it's just a legendary type thing.
It's kind of interesting that he used to train with the guy that trained me, and that's Gino Bell. Bruce Lee and Gene used to train together all the time, and Gene used to teach him his ground game, and then he would switch off. And, some of the stuff that Bruce Lee put in his Jeet Kune Do system was actually stuff he learned from Gene. And Gene was the guy that had the first MMA fight in the United States. He had it in Utah against Milo Savage.
He's like a mascot. I guess he's a mascot for martial arts. He's a mascot for, you know, maybe kids getting picked on that want to learn martial arts, and they put a Bruce Lee poster on their wall and they look at him, and you know, and then they want to get tough like him, and you know, that's what I kind of see him. He's like the prototypical person that was a martial artist that everybody, at least around in my generation or a little while before, you know, would look to. I know if Bruce Lee was alive today, he would have, of course, like anything else, been doing the grappling and doing all the things and putting everything together.
You know, he did have to adapt his game a little bit, but he was incredibly strong and athletic for a little guy, and I'm sure he was a competitive son of a bitch, so I'm sure he would do pretty damn well. But you know, it's hard to say. There's so many different elements, but he was a stud.
Somebody said, hey, Bruce Lee's gonna be in the audience. You know you're gonna take it to a new level, that's for sure, if you agree. It'd be fun to sit here with Bruce Lee today and talk about martial arts with him.
I guess I would say thank you.
I'd love to sit down with him and talk technique and strategy and martial arts. It'd be the time of my life.